Okay, so lastly, let's just talk about a couple tips for ways as parents, when we are the person helping with the homework, that we can do it with the least frustration as possible.
Yeah, this one's a hard one. I know everybody fights about homework. So, if I were to give just a couple of actionable tips that could help you today, number one is to know your resources ahead of time.
Ooh,
So, thinking about the places that you can go to get help if your child needs help with it and maybe you don't know the answer.
yes.
So, like math, right? That's a big one for everybody. So things like Khan Academy, or maybe the teacher has some resources listed on their website, or there's like the book online, or there's videos that you can watch. Find the resources that you like and like maybe have a Word document or a Google Doc somewhere where you keep all the resources. So you're not spending time like racking your brain, like, where can I find this information? Or maybe even having on there like people you can call, like Uncle Dave, who's really great at math. Um, and then if your child is older too, like you can just refer them to that list and say, okay, figure it out.
Yeah.
Um, here's the list, and you can figure out how you're going to find this information. Um, and then second, like the thing that I love to tell parents to do is have like a station, a homework station. So I have all kinds of content about like how to help your kids set up a learning area. But the biggest thing is to get a bucket or a shower caddy or something and put all the supplies that your child might need for homework in that area so that they're not getting distracted by, you know, having to gather things for what they need to do. And it kind of keeps you out of the equation because they're
Mm.
not asking you for stuff all
Hmm.
the time. Um, and then also, so like the last thing, and this is kind of, I've had parents be like, what? Like you would do this? Um, just know when to stop.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get to a point where your child's in tears or you're in tears, or, super frustrated and your child is not understanding it. They've spent so long on this homework and they're just not getting it. Just quit and email the teacher. This is when I am fine with emailing the teacher and saying, you know, here is what we had trouble with. If you could talk to them, or, I don't know what we need to do to help, but we stopped the homework because it was becoming an issue. Um, the teacher will appreciate the communication. I mean, don't just send your kid to school with the homework not done and say, like, well, whatever. Communicate with the teacher about why that didn't work. Um, and then, hopefully they will give you some resources or give your child some guidance. Because letting homework become like a big stressful thing, because maybe that stressful event happens, and then the next time it's time to do homework, your child is
Mm.
like already on edge,
Yeah.
and it becomes worse and worse and worse. And then the homework is just a battle every night, or even if it's just taking too long and your child is going to be sacrificing sleep, um, get them the sleep over the
Yeah.
homework. So kind of knowing when to call it quits is probably my number one suggestion for parents. That seems a little bit counterintuitive because I know a lot of us were raised in like you must get it done. You cannot say no that you're not going to do it, but sometimes you just got to walk away.